So this session is to do with opposite locking or spinning and controlling somebody. It's one of the drills that I learned when I was doing the QCQ work, the close quarter combat drill. It's not about hitting people, but it's certainly about controlling them and managing them and put them to a position of lesser strength for them and a better position for us in the way of strength. The way that we did this originally was to do with 70-30. That was to do with 70% turn and 30% step into control and position. And when you combine both, you have more of a chance of making the movement more successful. If you've not seen it before, I'm going to do it slightly quicker initially so you can see what we're trying to create, and then I'm going to break it down and put it into a takedown. So if there's a confrontation going on between me and Thomas here, there's kind of discussion points, there's a closure of distance, there's various trigger points that will suggest to me that I need to do something. As soon as he's almost in touching range, that's a position where I can get this movement going. So as a drill, it comes to a position where I go there. And I can control him, pump his knee, sit him down, calm him down, I pinch his skin in, and I can also talk to him, or I can get to a position where I'm out and I'm away. You alright? I grabbed your skin then, didn't I? Oh, painful. So what did I do? I had this equal and opposite pull and push system. I talk about this loads with movements where you have opposite directions, action or reaction force. This is simply on a horizontal line as opposed to a vertical line. So I'm not going to do it that quick, mate, but when you see the movement, most of my pushing and pulling is through my hands, but if I can simultaneously step to the outside, it'll give me an entry point to get into the throat or lock and control what I need to control. I'm going to try to grab, if I can. You don't have to grab, but I'm thinking fixed points are going to make it more stable or sustainable as a position, because of course he's going to fight against it to get out. As I do, I come to a touch contact position, I'll push with my predominant hand, this is me personally, or, and combination of, pull to the opposite. If I can grab, I'm thinking about grabbing clothing, it gives me the ability to push and pull simultaneously if you turn the shoulders and put into a position where I can create a simple step and lock. Am I into the throat? Am I where I need to be? I've heard people masking and controlling across the face and the kind of philtrum area. Horrible, isn't it? Yeah. I've always preferred to create a capture in the inside of my elbow, just because if I miss it, well, I'm still in. Even if I've missed it by a couple of inches, I can still hook it in. So you ready, mate? Last time. How would I demonstrate this in self-defense? I could probably come from a position where it's a double-handed push. Yes, I can do one step, was the purpose of some of our earlier content over the last 3 or 4 weeks. If it was a punch position, I'd simply block it to a position where it comes downwards. For me, it's less effective because I've got to come up and in. He'd probably hit me with a second attack with a hand. But certainly if he's close enough, relax for me, give me a double-handed push. I'm in there. Oh, that's close, isn't it? If he goes to do it again, at least I'm in a position where I can rock it and go. The takedown bit, what did I do in the takedown? I simply knee bumped him. That's to do with sending his body the one way and his legs the other. Scissors, equal and opposites again. So if I've got him there, as I've pushed, I'm stepping back naturally because he's falling. If I can knee bump, I'll just bump his knee, press, and it'll mean he's going to fall, and I'm just going to sit him down. As I sit him down, he could push back with his legs as a mini squat and push. That's going to create me difficulties. So I just put my body weight over his, and of course I've got position in his clothes. I can step up and out, and I'm away. Guys, I'm going to leave that there because I'm mindful there's a lot of content, and you'll need a partner to do that. So practice safely, slow, smooth, safely, and as soon as you guys get back to the club and you get to work out with me and Thomas, you can go a little bit quicker, a little bit harder, and see if you can make that drill effective. Good job today.